Hey there, I'm Nicole Wilbur. I'm a writer and story nerd, and today I am starting Preptober. Yes, so this is gonna be a little bit of a weird video. I am not gonna be editing this at all. It's basically going to be Preptober with me. So I am going to be bringing my idea for NaNoWriMo from an idea or a couple ideas to an actual legit concept that I can slowly start outlining. So I'm doing the percolating process. And I think it's really hard to know what other people do for this kind of thing. So if you also want to work through your idea and you want to try a different method, this video is for you. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to do a bunch of research brainstorming timed cycles, basically. So we're gonna start and we're going to do 10 minutes-ish about writing everything we know about the story, and I'm gonna divide my page into 4 quadrants for characters, plot, setting, and theme. And then we're gonna stop and talk a little bit about it, and then I'm gonna do 2 or 3 cycles, depending on what I'm feeling, of 5 minutes of inspiration and 8 minutes of brainstorming. So 5 minutes is like Google searching, basically, and then 8 minutes of writing everything down that comes to mind for the story. And so by the end, I am going to want to have a concept, have quite a few things done, and then have a couple of questions about the story. So if I go back in this notebook, I'm super sorry. If I go back in this notebook, I have a page where I was brainstorming. It says the heist story. And I have all of my initial thoughts on it. It's just a page. And then the next page I have questions like, who is the main character and how does she get involved with this shit? What happened to X person? What makes this personal? Who are they stealing from and what are they stealing? I have a bunch of questions like that. So I'm going to try to work a little bit off of those, but I think with it's brainstorming a story idea, you have cycles where you get to a certain point and then you come up with your questions and then you go and you brainstorm again to answer those questions. So that is basically what we're doing, and hopefully by the end, I and perhaps you will have a very fun list of know our stories a little bit better and then have some questions. So just before we get started, I'm going to give you some brainstorming tips. Woohoo, so much fun. Because brainstorming can be hard, and as soon as you finish brain dumping everything that was already in your head, it's like, okay, what's next? So the first thing I said, asking questions about what you don't know about the story, so identifying those gaps, that can be helpful. That's why we're gonna do the 10-minute exercise of writing everything you know, because that will help figure out what the gaps are so you can ask yourself questions so you can fill them in. Other things, ask what if blah 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 happened and go down that road. What if the sky fell down? That was such a dumb example. I don't know, what if this character fell in love with this character? What if there was this event that happened? Whatever. That's a standard bit of advice. What works a little bit better for me is to think of a stereotypical character or plot or genre and ask myself, how can I twist this? So writing all the cliches of the genre in a line and writing how I can make them different. So for example, for my 1837 story, originally the mother, in the first draft, she was super invested in her girls', marriages, and she wanted them to be proper and perfect, and she would admonish them and really suck up to all the ladies in her women's group and all this stuff. And it was fine. She was a fine character. But then I thought, what if, could I twist that? Because you see that a lot. The mom always fretting over her daughters. You see it in Bridgerton. You see it in Downton Abbey. You see it in all the books. I was like, what if she couldn't care less? What if I change it and she doesn't care about the daughters? What if she's kind of persnickety, persnickety about the whole thing and is like focused on something else. I actually made her very altruistic and a little bit sarcastic, and it made me so much more excited about that character, because the original mom, I was just like, oh, okay, she's just gonna do this. The second one, she has so much more of a purpose in the story, and she's so much more fun to write. So that's a fun brainstorming technique that I love. Another one is, what is the opposite of what you want to happen? So think through, okay, I don't want this. So for example, for Project Musical, which I wrote during, was that last NaNoWriMo? Maybe, something like that. I said, okay, I don't want there to be any romance in this. I don't want there to be any like clique stuff. I don't want there to be any fake identities. Like I just went through a list of things that I didn't want to happen. And that was really helpful, because creativity loves constraints. And when you say, okay, we can't do this, it helps. Another one, another brainstorming technique is the worst ideas. What is the dumbest story you can possibly come up with? And write that down if you're having trouble. What is the worst way to solve this problem? And that's a good brainstorming technique, because it just allows you to stop judging your ideas. So that is a good one if you are stuck as well. And then finally, there's like a random word picker or like free association. So if you could get random words to show up, or random images, and then just associate it. See like, okay, how could I make a bird connect to my story? Something like that. And that's part of why when we get into the brainstorming session, I am going to be doing 5 minutes of inspiration, which it will probably be some research, it'll probably be some character names, it'll be some Pinterest, some photos, etc. And then do the brainstorm after, because it helps to have a point. Okay, we're 7 minutes into this video. I think it is time to start. So how I am going to start. I have Florence Heist's story written on top of my page. I have to tell you, traveling is amazing for coming up with story ideas. I figured out a lot of backstory yesterday. I'm in Berlin right now. I'm actually going to Greece in a few hours. So, hi. Okay, continuing. Life sucks, doesn't it? So anyways, so I'm gonna have this 4 squares, and I'm gonna do characters, plot, setting, theme, and I might stay in these boxes, I might not, I'm probably gonna overflow the page, but I'm going to pull up a timer on my laptop, timer countdown, here we go, and I am going to press start for 10 minutes, and we are going to brainstorm everything we know right now about the story. Setting my timer, starting the timer, here we go. Interesting noise. All right, that was 10 minutes to write everything we know about the story. If I was doing this as a live stream, which I considered, but then I didn't feel like doing that because live streams make me nervous. I haven't done one in a while, and I know they're so good, but they make me nervous, so I might try one again at some point. But yeah, so I have my 4 squares. It's super messy. I am not a neat writer whatsoever. And you know, I know some stuff. I have lots of points of inspiration. I have good ideas for the setting. I have so she's not the main character, but she's like the leader of this, the de facto leader of this heist group. And I know her character pretty well, just like kind of instinctively. I got her. It's really cool. And I was at the Berlin Spot Museum a couple of days ago, and I got so many ideas and for the history of one of the characters and for some of the things that they're gonna do. And anyways, the main character is going to be the like newbie, like the new girl in the whatever. I think I'm like a little bit, part of me is like, oh, should the main heist girl be the main character, or should the newbie be the main character? But I don't know how, like I don't know, something about it is just making me want the newbie to be the main character, even though I don't have a ton of ideas for her yet, which is what I'm gonna try to do. And if I can't come up with anything, I guess main character versus POV. I guess there's something to be said for like write about your most interesting character. I haven't given thought to who this other character is. I know this other character has to work, has to exist, but I don't know if she's the POV character or the main character or what. So all of that being said, I think in these next 5 minutes, I am going to try to get inspiration for my other main character. I think I've pretty much figured out, by the way, that it's a heist group, right? So one of the beats is gathering the team, and so we have to have a team. And so the team is going to be these 2 girls and then just like 4 guys, I think. And I'm doing that on purpose for the dynamics that I want. But yes, so I know that this character has to exist. I guess I just don't know if I can come up with one who is as exciting as the one that I already have to be a main character. I don't know, does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense at all, but there we go. So I am a little not loving how silent this is. So I am going to I'm finding YouTube music right now for this brainstorm, and we are going to listen to Battle Hymn of the Republic. No. John F. Kennedy's inaugural speech. Oh wow, that's a thing that's crazy. Brandenburg Concerto number something. Classical whimsical, that seems like the right thing. Because we're in Berlin, or I am anyways. So this is my 5 minutes of inspiration. My question, let me just pause this for a moment. My question is, who is this other girl who may or may not become the main character? So I am going to try to get main character inspiration right now. I'm going to go onto Pinterest. I'm going to do a random name generator, some character generators, and just mess around for a little bit until the 5 minutes is up, and then I'm going to do 8 minutes of brainstorming on this main character, and it's going to be really, really good. So here we go, setting the timer. Start, and here is your Brandenburg Concerto. Wow. Oh God, do you hear that? Something's gone insane with the Brandenburg Concerto. Okay. Gosh, I don't know how helpful that was for me, honestly, but I was just looking at pictures on Pinterest, so maybe not the most successful thing I've ever had. Oh, the sad thing is I don't know how to, I had to like close the tab. I liked the music. That made me feel way less awkward. So let me pull that up. So, how did that go for you? Did you get any inspiration? I really hope so. I did. Well, no, that's a lie. I didn't really. But it was fun to look at pictures. So, there you go. So now I'm going to do an 8-minute brainstorm on, the main character. And I think I will do a bit of the stereotype switching. Like if I write out, I might do a little bit of Googling too. I'm going to cheat and look for a certain type of stereotype and then try to twist it and see how that could work for this character. Yeah, coming up with a character is hard, but let's do it. 8 minutes, here we go. Let me get another piece of music ready for this too. That was so pretty before. All right, I pressed the timer, by the way. So we are 8 minutes, we are on. Okay, not trying to freak you out, but I'm about to put on more music. There we go. that was really good timing. Whew, I am not getting anywhere. That's okay. I'm gonna keep going, do another, well, I kind of did a lot of research while I was, oh, I just thought of something. Okay, anyways, I just did a lot of research while I was supposed to be brainstorming. That's okay. Research is important at this stage. So let's do 5 more minutes of research. Woohoo! Or inspiration, or whatever it is we're calling it. 5 minutes and then another 8-minute brainstorm. And we'll do 2 more of them. Hopefully this is helpful for you. It's helpful for me to try to have breaks, chat, and then to get back into it. I technically was, what's the word, researching when I was supposed to be brainstorming, but that's fine. It's not hard and fast rules, especially when I'm trying to come up with this character, because I think that all the other things will have to kind of revolve around, like you want to know your characters, right? So if you want it to be character driven and the theme is always tied to the character, like what do they need to learn? And I'm trying to figure out like who the main character is, the POV character. So I think those things are probably my most important things. It's either going to be like a Watson Sherlock. So it's going to be kind of like a Watson Sherlock vibe, but hopefully not quite that. And I have to figure out whether the main character is Watson or Sherlock, basically. Like, is it a, ooh, Sherlock kind of thing? Or is it more of like a, like from Sherlock's perspective? Is it Watson looking at Sherlock, or is it from Sherlock's perspective? I think I know who has more to learn, but I, again, don't know the second character. So anyways, I'm going to stop talking, set the alarm. Oh, shit. That was Mr. Kennedy. Okay, a piece of writing music called I Need to Start Writing Things Down by Chris Zabriskie. Let's do it. 5 minutes of inspiration. Wow, 5 minutes goes by super fast. That was productive. I'm looking into, so I've kind of figured out what they're going to be stealing, which is odd for me because I usually don't know what the actual plot is of my stories at this stage. However, it's very helpful to travel because I was in the Galleria Academia and I saw the Stradivarius violin, and there is literally a list of them, and so they're going to be stealing something to do with musical instruments, and super excited for that. So, yay. Like, these violins are being sold for so much money. Like, the violin called the Messiah, estimated value of $20 million. That's crazy. Anyways, let us do 8 minutes of, what are we doing? We're brainstorming. Set, start. Let's listen to we're at such a good part in the song. Darn. Okay. Oh, I love Strauss. Hands up, like this video if you love Strauss, because I do too. Hopefully this is going okay. Gorgeous. Oh, we could listen to the Can next for the next inspiration session. The William Tell Org. Oh, I'm loving the classical music on here. I did not know this was all on here. So much fun. Okay, so I have figured out something that seems like it should be really obvious, but it wasn't. That because this heist is going to be around musical instruments, probably around some of these like legendary violins, the girl who I didn't know anything about, she's going to be a violin player. That makes so much sense. Obviously. Yes, she's going to play the violin. Oh, lovely. And now I have she has a very fall aesthetic in my mind. I feel like this is going to have to happen more in a summer, maybe end of August, September. She's very fall aesthetic to me. Or maybe, it should probably happen in the summer when they're on break from school. Yes. That would make sense. Okay, so I just need, more about her. I have that initial thing, which is cool. So I think I can really go off of that. So one of the things I did was I wrote down one possible way this story could go is she could have been really talented in high school and then been told, can't make it as a musician. And so she goes and she studies something else. And then through the process of this whole heist, she ends up deciding she's going to change her major and study violin. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I thought of it and I was like, no, I really don't like that idea. So instead I asked the question, what if she is pursuing a degree in it? In becoming a violinist, like a music degree, I guess, in violin. And I like that a lot better as an interesting starting point. So I have some starting points, which is amazing. And okay, 5 minutes of inspiration, 8 minutes of brainstorming, and then we're done. I have so far literally only addressed the who is the main character, really. Oh, I know what they're stealing. That's good. Okay, I have a few questions answered. Yeah, this will be cool, but how do these, so many questions, so exciting. Okay, 5 minutes, this is gonna be a long video. 5 minutes, 8 minutes, and we're beautiful. Shall we brainstorm, or shall we inspiration to the can? I would like to inspiration to the can. Is that going to annoy you? If it does, put me on mute, because I would like to inspiration to the can. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is so much fun. There we go. That was helpful. I was looking up personality traits. I just stumbled upon this, even though I knew it already, the whole extroversion, agreeableness, conscientiousness, neuroticism, openness, like the 5 dimensions of personality. I will try to share the webpage that I found. It's really cool. That has the, it just has like those, and then it has a ton of personality traits. And so let's do 8 quiet minutes. My laptop's about to die. Oof. But 8 quiet minutes of final brainstorming, and then we will be done. Let me find something very calming. Set. And calm. right, there we go. Okay guys, I mean, amazing. If you got through this video and you were working along with me, you just did an hour of Preptober work, so congratulations. I am actually super happy with my progress. I feel like this was good. I feel like I know some things now. I have some better ideas. I think I need to name my characters. That will help. But yeah, I've only really been working on 2 characters and I did a tiny bit on plot. But I can tell this is gonna take a few brainstorming sessions to get where I need to be with all of the characters and all of the plot elements and blah, 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 blah. It's gonna take a bit, but we have a month and 5 days before we start NaNoWriMo. Oh my God. So I will be doing a few more videos on this. I haven't quite planned it out. As I said, a little bit of traveling. I'm about to stabilize for a month in Greece though, so that'll be good. And yeah, beauty, thank you so much for watching. If you like this kind of content, kind of odd content, but it's content, give me a thumbs up and let me know, because I can do this type of stuff all the time. Yeah, this would probably have been better as a live stream, except again, they make me nervous, but this is basically the same thing, question mark? All right, have a really great day. If you're not subscribed, think about doing that, and I will see you next time, hopefully on Thursday with another video. Bye-bye.